What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rusty Nuts Media. Okay, so the last video that we put up was racing at the track. We were going after the stock turbo record. That record is actually 12.13 at 115, and our time was 12.18. And in that video, I said we had pretty much tied for the lead just because I didn't know where that record was exactly, but that puts us at a very, very close second place technically. So I'm not gonna count that as a win. So what we're gonna do is get the car prepped up, ready to go out next weekend. Hopefully by next Friday, we'll be completely solid with the car, ready to rock and roll. The C16 ready to go. So we can probably get this turbo, the stock turbo, down in the 11s. So looking at a couple things to fix. This is gonna be a short video, by the way, just kind of covering what we're gonna do this week to get Gewch ready. We did have some coolant leaking issues right around this cap. Every time I got higher RPM, it would start spraying coolant, and you can see it all the way back here on the windshield. So it's leaking somewhere either around this cap or around where these meet together, somewhere right in here. So I can go to the junkyard and get another one of these off of a Caliber, or try to reseal this one if it's a crack or maybe a, I don't know, maybe a slit or something in the hose itself. So I'll take that off later this week and see what I can do with that. Also, I need to put a mirror back on the windshield. All I've got right now is the two side mirrors. There was a couple other things. We're gonna do some routine maintenance. I was having some spark blowout in second gear just kind of randomly throughout the night. I'm gonna make sure all the plugs are adjusted properly and reset those. Have a spare set on hand in case I need to change those out. The wastegate, if you remember, it was this bolt right here that we had stripped. This is like an inverted Torx bolt. So we're gonna pull that one and also this one over here out and get two replacement bolts for these, just normal Allen head bolts, to make sure in the future that's really easy to replace. And I think we're gonna tow it next week just because it's like a 2.5 hour round trip to the track, which, you know, the car handled it fine. It's just uncomfortable. I'd rather just tow it to the track. I go ahead and throw the C16, the slicks, the skinnies, everything in it, and just put it on the trailer. That way when we get there, we don't have to swap tires, swap fuel, do all this unneeded extra work. We just get there, race, pack it up, go home, the end. So that's the plan for next time. So fix that, add the mirror, get the two bolts. The biggest problem that I had was hitting third gear. I missed third gear, I think 3 or 4 times when we were at the track. I even missed fourth once. So I got to looking at the shifter to see what I could do to stiffen that up, get it a little, you know, harder to shift in there, or stiffen it up, I should say that. So looking at the shifter, we have this bushing right here. This is a piece of plastic that goes in here. It's a bushing. It's got a little movement in it right now, but someone, before I owned the car, I promise this was not me. I love zip ties, but this one is not mine. All my zip ties are black. Someone has zip tied some type of fake bushing, maybe? Give me 1 sec. All right, maybe you can see that a little bit better. I've got the light turned on, so you can see there's a lot of movement in there. And this is just wiggling it side to side. This is up and down, so it's not affecting too much there. But as far as the side to side, which could be going from second to third, it could have a lot of slop right in there. So I'm gonna take this zip tie out and start messing with that. It's gonna be later in the week because I'm gonna go ahead and order a solid bushing to put in here. And then this one down here on the very bottom, you know, it's got a little play, it's a little soft. So I'm gonna get a little extension piece to put on the bottom of this to bring it down just a little bit. It might shorten the throw. I'm not really worried about that. I just want to stiffen it up a whole bunch. So I'm gonna get, I think it's off of a Civic SI. You can get an adapter that goes on here. It drops the little ball down a little bit. You can get an Evo bushing that goes on the bottom of this. I've got a couple different part numbers I'm looking at. So I'm gonna replace this bushing over here. I'm gonna extend this down, get this all tight, put together right. I'm probably gonna take this whole shifter assembly out. I'm gonna have to, and either get another assembly, because on both sides, it's broken off right here. And you can see, like, if I grab this, the whole assembly is moving. So I've got a lot of slop right here in the shifter assembly. So I'm either gonna find another shifter assembly and replace this, or somehow try to fix this. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm gonna look around and check my options, but we're gonna stiffen that up a whole lot and see if replacing the bushings and putting a little extension on there. Just do a couple other things, because the car did great. We didn't have any major issues with it. It just needs to be stiffened up a little bit farther, just adjust and dial in a few things. Another thing I could change, I was not wide open throttle shifting, which I have the capability to with the wide open throttle box. I just wasn't doing it. I was taking it easy on the shifts, just manually shifting, clutch, gas, everything like that. So I'm gonna drop my shift point down a couple hundred RPM to stay in the torque range that this car really likes. It's lower down right now. So I'm gonna drop my shift point down probably around 5,600 RPM. I was taking it up to around 59, 6,000, somewhere in there to try and get a little more gear out of it, but I think I'm gonna try to stay in the torque range more now. So just do a couple things this week just to dial it in, and then we'll go back, and all that was on 93 tune. So the record was set with a race gas mix, and that was probably 6, 7, 8 years ago that somebody set that record, and nobody's really went after it yet. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna throw the race gas in here, and then we're probably gonna try and get this turbo in the 11s. So just a quick update for you to show you what's going on with Gewch this week. I'm gonna put up a few more videos throughout the week, and of course we're shooting to race on Friday night, so that video will probably go up on Saturday. So that's gonna be it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.